Good afternoon. This is your friendly Justice Coalition technical support guru. We have a special class for you. One of our co-organizers, Sister Nicole, is going to guide us, hopefully, in a whole series of classes where we can all learn together. Sister Nicole, I'm gonna try to unmute and fix this thing here. Hang on, allow participants, hang on, y'all. I'm gonna mute everybody, and then I'm gonna let you unmute yourself, Nicole. It's all yours.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
You sound great.
Yep, you sound good, Nicole.
Oh, thanks. Happy birthday, Cole.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, yeah, the Justice Coalition like to wish our member Cole a happy birthday to start off with. Okay, so today our meeting, I'm gonna host a meeting, at least I'm gonna attempt to. Today our agenda starts off with first our purpose and thanks to Brother Cody Mazzarli for letting us use his premium Zoom account. Then the definition of Revolutionary Unionism, inspired by industrial workers of the world to take power from our employer and the politicians through direct action at work and democratically control our unions. By doing so, we can dismantle the service and transactional model of business unions, which has neutralized our power for over 50 years. So let's start off with everybody introducing themselves before we get started with our lesson. So I'll start off. I'm Nicole Williams. I'm a bus operator out of 103rd Street Garage. I'm a co-organizer with the Justice Coalition. Anyone else?
I'll start. My name's Cole Gidley. I'm a bus operator out of Forest Glen, and I'm also co-organizer with the Justice Coalition.
Hello, I'm Kathy Strzelecki. I'm a retired switchman, and I'm with the Justice Coalition as well.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Janice Brown. I'm with the Justice Coalition. I'm a CSA out of Forest Park.
Keith, would you like to introduce yourself? Keith, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Welcome, Keith.
Greetings. I was trying to get on video, but I'm having some technical issues here. So,
I'm sorry.
so yes, but thank you all for the invitation. I'm Keith Collins, retired CTA bus operator, 27 years, and thank you. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay, so I think that's all I see on the call. I think we have one caller that's not identifying himself. But I do.
Is this Nicole?
This
Hello?
is Nicole. Yes, this is Nicole.
Hello, Nicole. This is Willette Lucas, Justice Coalition, CSA out of Fort Park. My phone is kind of messing up as well, but I am the, let me see, what is my number? 0951.
Okay, great. Okay, well, that's good. We got everybody here so far, and I think that's all we have on the line for now. But I also like my special tech guy to introduce himself. He's amazing, and without him, this meeting could not be possible. So, Mr. Tech Guy, could you introduce yourself? Or maybe not.
He's busy right now.
Okay, he's always busy. But I'll introduce him.
But he did tell me to tell everybody that we got Sister Willette's name fixed right in there in the little participants box. Something technical. I don't understand what he's talking about. I'm out of order. Goodbye.
Okay, so that's my crazy tech guy. He's an amazing guy. So how's everyone doing today?
Great.
All
Doing
good.
Doing good.
Good, good. Well, I didn't want to jump right into the lesson because I thought it'd be a few more people on here. But is there, I'm gonna do a little thing. I'm gonna go a little bit out of order.
Excuse me, Nicole.
Yes,
Do you see any hands when people put their hands? Do you see that?
I don't. Let me see. No, I don't see any hands.
Okay, because I do see one, and
Oh,
I'm
I do see a hand now. I see an iPhone with a hand.
okay. So that's what you do when you see that. Just go ahead and call them out
Okay.
whenever you want.
Okay, well, so they don't have a name, so I just call them the iPhone user.
I think it's Kathy.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
me. That was
Okay,
just a test.
Okay,
Testing
well-
the hand raiser.
well, great, good, because I need
All right, we don't have time for all this interruptions and these questions.
That guy, you're out of order.
Yeah.
That guy, you're out of order. Now I'm gonna take control of the meeting. That's that guy. We're gonna you're out of order. So anyhow, we're gonna I guess we're gonna start the lesson because I'm sure it might go a little bit longer since I'm new to this. So today we're gonna talk about Robert Rules of Order. Is everyone familiar with Robert Rules of Order or not?
Yes.
Yes.
I am.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
Great. And so the reason for this class today, it was inspired me because this is something we use in our union meetings. And it's helpful to get around the union meetings to know what we can and cannot do. If you know, our president says that they use Robert Rules of Order. So it's good for us when we attend a union meetings to know what we're doing so we can run our meetings accordingly. So here's a little history of this, Robert Rules of Order. I'm going to read this. Henry Martin Robert was an engineer officer in the regular army. Without warning, he was asked to proceed over a public meeting being held in a church in his community and realized that he didn't know how. He tried anyway, and his embarrassment was supreme. This event, which may seem familiar to many readers, left him determined never to attend another meeting until he knew something of parliamentary law. Ultimately, he discovered and studied the few books then available on the subject. From time to time, due to his military duties, he was transferred to various parts of the United States where he found virtual parliamentary anarchy. Since each member from a different part of the country had differing ideas of correct procedure to bring order out of chaos, he decided to write Robert Rules of Order as it came to be called. The 12th current edition has been brought about through a process of keeping the book up to date with the growth of parliamentary procedure. All editions of this work issued after the death of the original author have been prepared by persons who either knew and worked with the original author or are connected to such persons in a direct continuing or professional association. So this was kind of important to me to read because that's just like me. Today is my first time hosting class. So it might be a disaster, it may not, but we're gonna try to get through it. So I think I'm a little bit ahead. So what do you guys think about the introduction to Robert's Rules?
What I think is he was trying to find a solution to a problem.
Yeah.
Some of the history that I heard was this was after like a 9-hour long meeting, and the report was that it was complete chaos. And he was like, well, we ain't doing that again. You know, there needs to be a bit more order. So he made a solution. You know, he's like, instead of complaining about it, let's do something about it. So that's what I know about some of the history.
Yeah, kind of sort of like in our union meetings, if you have attended one, we have chaos and it sometimes bring order to the meeting.
Yes.
Both our locals, 308 and 241, we kind of have issues in our meetings. So Robert Rules of Order, in my opinion, will help us all. You guys think?
That's right.
Right.
And and something I know you're gonna discuss is the chairman is supposed to maintain order.
Exactly. So the chairman is supposed to maintain order, and the role of the chairman is the person that is in charge of the meeting. The person that has the ability to direct where and what is discussed in the meeting, usually referred to Mr. or Madam. That's not, so like for our president, we for our president, we want to respect him as we want him to respect us, him or her to respect us. And you all want to address them as Madam or Sir or Mr. President, something, you know, professional, I hate jerk, or, you know, something like that. You know, we might seem to think that they are those things, but yeah, we want to address them with respect, because in the meeting, we want to be respected as we want to give respect. So that's that's the role of the chairman, to kind of chair the meeting, to open the session, call the members to order, announce the purpose and topics of the meeting, which will be discussed, recognize members on the floor who are going to speak, and announce results of the vote, protect the quorum from staying off topic, protects majority members from disruptive distractions. Some attributes of the chairman: only person in the entire meeting that doesn't have the ability to vote. So, you know, if it ever be a tie in the vote and the president wants to vote, or the chair wants to vote, he can't. Unless cases where there's a tie, I guess, then they could. And the chair cannot make proposals or motions. The chair is an elected person from the group, has the ability to do interventions whenever there's a vote from the group. So that's basically what the chair does.
A point of personal privilege.
Yes.
This is technical support. Did you want me to put a certain page on the screen for everybody?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the it was the role of the members, because we're gonna discuss that, the role of the members we have.
Is I'm sorry, that handout, which handout was that?
Let's see. I think it was after that one.
Procedure for handling a motion is right here. I got it
Well,
on.
let's leave that one up, because that's important to talk about. We can get back to that other one. So let's leave that up.
Okay.
So we're gonna skip over the members. But
Could I make a statement before you move on?
you
to the members
welcome,
part?
Andre. I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, I'm here. I would like to make a statement real quick about the chair.
Okay.
What's happening with the chair at our union meeting. The union meeting is designed to be for the members. They have their own meeting at the executive board level. And what's happening at our meeting that I've been observing, that our chair is derailing our meetings along, is helping, even though he's supposed to be the chair, he's helping the executive board derail our meetings. So we can't ask questions, we can't debate him on any issues. And we as members, as when you get into the next one, hopefully we can stop this kind of behavior, because his role is just like you said earlier, it's just to share the meeting, not to take the meeting away from the members. The meeting is designed specifically for the members. So that's, I just want to make that statement. And what we have to do as members, we have to get our game a little tighter so we can stop the derailment by executive boards. We can stop the derailment by the president. And once we start, you know, getting this Robert Rules of Order down, we have a little leeway, because what they do is make sure, you know, I never heard anybody say, well, we about to have this meeting, we're gonna start having union meetings. The president comes in and say, we want to start teaching the members. That don't never happen.
Yeah.
So this is good. This is a good class. I appreciate everybody on the line. I appreciate Sister Nicole for chairing the meeting. And this is much needed. And we need to share the love. Whatever we learn, we need to try to get as many members that attend and that want to attend, to make them understand these are things we got to learn. So we can control our meetings.
I agree with that. Okay, Cole, I see you have your hand up.
I just wanted to reinforce what Andre was saying. The executive board is able to control the meetings because there's a majority of them there. It's really just that simple. There's a majority of the executive board there, and that's the majority of the people who show up to the meeting are the executive board. So if there's more of us than them, we'll get to control the meeting.
Yeah.
So that's why we need more participation. And this is why what you're about to talk about main motions, this is so key to what we're able to do is, you know, the motions are our power. That's how we're able to take control and get things done. So
Yeah, that also, yeah, it is important for members to be at the meeting. It's critical. That's the only way meetings can go, you know, forward and be productive.
yes. And And like the rap sessions that they do, the Facebook lives, we don't have any power at any of those, events or whatever. It's only at the union meetings do we get to have a say. So,
Yeah. It's important. It's very important. We talk about it all the time. Participation, inviting a friend to the meeting. It's very important because we are only strong in numbers and not just in one person. But thank you, Cole, for that.
you're
Okay,
welcome.
let's take Keith Collins now. Brother Keith. Keith, you there?
Maybe you got to tell him to unmute himself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. Hi again, everyone. I just want to make a statement as far as union meeting participation for the membership. We are. I heard Andre mention that the members got to get a lot tighter at the union meetings, and my point is that when we come to union meetings, we should have our questions as a whole together when we approach the mic or when we are recognized at these union meetings, because that's another technical thing as far as proper order at union meetings that we need to, as members, to be, upfront and ready to tackle our issues or our questions to the chair. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Andre, go ahead.
But I was the one to piggyback on what Cole was saying about what's happening is we need to have the majority in the meeting. He's true about that. And the executive board is outnumbering us, and they are stacking the deck, just like Keith Collins said. What we need to do, and this is what they do. They have their stuff together. They kind of know what they want to counsel out. Make sure they working together. If any of you are attending any meetings, they work together to make sure that they can maintain control of the meeting or derail the meeting. So we have to work together, and we have to learn how to come together with the Robert Rules orders. Cole left that part out because we can outnumber them, but then everybody, you have, and there's been time when we've been outnumbered, but the new people don't know anything that come up, or people who've been
You're
there,
right, Andre.
they never
You're
learn.
right. Robert's rules.
They never learn. Hold on. They never learn. You might have a couple of regulars down there every blue moon, but they never learn Robert Rules. They're not even trying to learn. Some of them just down there just to hear what Keith got to say, or some of them just down there to support Keith. They really not there to control or make any type of major statement on behalf of the membership. Another point I like to make, what Cole said is, he mentioned Keith's Facebook Live meetings. We as members, we have to derail that type of meeting, that type of behavior from our president. Even though he can do it to a certain degree, it's nothing against the law saying I can't have a personal page. But what he does is he takes the union and put it in his personal page. And this is all done on purpose. So the people that's listening, there's quite a few of them, they don't have any control. And they thinking that they're getting the proper message from the president of the union, and for the president to even behave and conduct these type of meetings, it's an improper move on his behalf. And we as members, we need to stand up to this type of stuff, because we got 75% of the members locked out. Everybody pays, and they can't get any information. I told Keith about that at the union meeting. How you gonna have a Facebook Live and then lock the members out, and they don't get any information? They don't have. I told him, this is you are putting union information that everybody should have out on your Facebook Live page, and this needs to stop. And we all need to speak up for that, because this ain't nothing but, when he does that's nothing but two unions, two local 241s that he's creating, and we only need to pay into one, and that's it. And I'm done.
Okay. Well, that's great. And I just want, before I see your hand, Keith, just give me a second. One thing I want to point out to you guys, that when everybody's voicing their opinion right now, that's a good thing. That's something that goes along with Robert Rules of Order, is point of privilege. So, when you're in a union meeting and you want to say something, that's what we use, point of privilege. So
Point of personal privilege.
Yeah, point of personal privilege.
They use that. they use that term. So
Yes.
you could say point of privilege, but they'll say point of personal privilege.
This is your technical support. We have that up on the chart on the screen. Point of privilege, point of personal privilege, whatever is, it seems to be the same thing. So it's right on the
Yeah.
screen for everybody.
Right, so we got it on the screen, and this is what we call our little cheat sheet for, so we have that point of privilege, and it can interrupt the speaker, yes. Second needed, no. Debatable, no. Amendable, no. And vote needed, the chair decides. So that's good that we got this going, because that's one of the things that's covered in Robert Rules of Order. So when you want to make a statement such as a couple of the members did, you put point of privilege, point of personal privilege, you put that out there. So we got Brother Keith again. I saw your hand.
No, I yield.
Oh, you
I
get
yield.
back. Okay, great. So we're gonna go back to the procedure for handling a motion. Nothing goes to discussion without a motion on the floor. Anybody wanna talk about a motion before we read the procedure, over the procedure?
Yeah, yes, I would like to talk about a motion real quick, if it's okay.
It's okay.
Okay. What happens that I've noticed, and I have to work myself into learning better at this, we are stuck in the realm of the reports, right? You can't ask any questions only on this report. And, you may have something that you may want to bring in. You'd be thinking that I have to wait to new business. We can make a motion on his reports. As he we can ask questions on it, but we can also make a motion on his report. Like if he say we're gonna use this company to purchase this, we can make an amendment. I would like to make an amendment to say we want to know the cost of the company and we want receipts of the company have to be seconded. So that's a maneuver that we can also use. We can add live to his reports on finances, particular things that we may want to know that he's not making a statement, just like the contract. He said, well, we're doing good in the contract. This is always being said, but we need to put a motion out. We need to know the details. I'd like to make a motion to have the details of all the good that's being done in the contract that you're discussing. And then it'd be second. So we need to be able to use that because a lot of members, they want to know, and we want to know, and he getting away with this move on us, and we can use that move, a motion, to get what we need from him as he discussed the contract on his report, because he's really not giving any details. He's just making a discussion about it.
Oh, okay, so are you saying that at any time during a union meeting, you don't have to wait, we can just make a motion?
No, I didn't say that. I said,
I know, I'm just clarifying. I know you didn't say.
Oh, yeah, you can make a motion. You can make a motion on the subject that the president is talking about, or anybody is talking about during their report.
Right.
And one thing that we all have failed to do is make that motion for details about his report. Because every month he'll make a comment about the contract, and he will make saying we got all these meetings with the CTA, things is going well, we're gonna have something good for you. And then we'll just make a statement, but we don't make a motion for the membership to lock them in to committing to give us details of what's in the contract. What are you negotiating with the CTA on our behalf?
Okay.
So we should try that in a motion, I believe, to get more out of them.
That's good, Andre. Like that.
Okay, Brother Cole.
So what I'm interested in is, I like that Andre just pointed out. I would say, where is that in Robert's rules? Because when we start to do that, they're going to come up and say you can't do it.
Oh, well,
If we don't know where it's stated in Robert's rules, then it's like it doesn't exist. Because
we can't do that one, Cole.
Declare us out of order.
We can't do that, Cole, because it's on his report.
Well, what I'm trying to get at, Andre, is we can make a motion of what's in his report. Where does it state in Robert's rules that we can make motions on what's in his reports?
Someone said that you can also use a point of information to interrupt. Point of information to interrupt. Well, we're going to go over how to do a motion, But we also have Dante says you can also use a point of information to interrupt. So I guess.
Okay. And I just want to be clear, Nicole. I like Andre's idea. I wish we could do that. I
Right.
just want to be prepared for when they say you can't do that. That's all.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's good. It's good to know what we can, and that's the what Kathy has something. Let's see what Kathy has to say. Kathy, go ahead.
Okay, just on the rare occasion that I'm going to agree with Cole,
Okay.
that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to say, oh, no, out of order. You can't do that. That's what they do.
Well, what if we
So-
say the point of interruption? That's all right, right?
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm one of those people who don't keep up with the Robert's Rules of Order because I have seen them. Then they end up arguing about the Robert's Rules of Order, and pretty soon the important issue is gone from the. It's something we gotta figure out. And
Okay,
like,
well, on
go
the
ahead.
screen, we have the cheat sheet. On the cheat sheet, it says request information, point of information, and it's interrupt the speaker. Yes, they said we can do it. Here it is on Robert Rules. It's on the screen. It's request information, point of information, right here. You all see the screen? Is it? You can see the screen? So this is our cheat sheet for Robert Rules of Order. This comes from Robert Rules of Order, and it, can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yeah, so right here it says request information, point of information. So we can do it. It's right here for us to do.
Okay.
Even though, we know we're not working with the smartest guys, in our union, they say they go by Robert Rules of Order. So this is Robert Rules of Order. See, we're gonna be in the know, and they're not. So we're gonna bring it to their attention. They say, "Oh, you can't do that." Well, absolutely can. Here it is. We can all pass out cheat sheets for union meetings.
Yes.
So we can do that ourselves. Okay, we have Brother Dante. Go ahead.
Yeah, so on that point of information, yeah, it's interruptible. So you could say it right during the report whenever it gets to the point where you need the information. If the chair basically ignores you, that's when they're failing to follow Robert's rules. Then you could move to overrule the chair, and then that would go to a majority vote. So if you get your membership into those meetings, you can really control the dialogue that way.
Thank you, Dante. Yeah, see, that's the important of having the members at the meeting, because
That was a great point.
Yeah, that was a great point. Okay, we have Keith. Keith, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I yield again because those points by Brother Dante and Kathy and Cole were addressed as far as using the Robert Rules information to interrupt the speaker to get our points across. So I yield to the panel.
Okay, thanks, Keith. Kathy, did you want to say something? I saw your hand. I think it went away.
Yeah, no, I'm confused about these little symbols.
Oh, wait, which symbols are you confused about, Kathy? Oh, the cheat sheet?
Raise your hand, lower your hand.
Oh, okay. Oh, the raising. Okay. So I think we kind of got a little bit into the motion.
I move that we remove Kathy from the meeting for her interruptions.
You're out of order, tech guy. I love you, but you're out of order. So Eric, can you put the motion back on the screen for me? Okay, so this is what we have from Robert's Rule of Order for a motion. So we first start off by saying nothing goes to discussion without a motion being put on the floor. Obtaining and assigning the floor. A member raises his hand when no one else has the floor, and the chair recognizes them. So you have to be recognized before you go into your requesting your motion. How the motion is brought before the assembly. The member makes the motion. I move that or to, and resumes his seat. Another member seconds the motion. I second the motion, or I second it, or second. The chair states the motion. It is moved and second that. Are you ready for the question? Consideration of the motion. Members can debate the motion. Before speaking in debate, members obtain the floor. The marker of the motion has first right to the floor if claims it properly. Debate must be confined to merits of the motion. Debate can be closed only by order of the assembly, 2/3 of the vote, or by the chair if no one seeks the floor for further debate. You guys follow me so far? I guess that means yes. The chair puts the motion to a vote. The chair asks, are you ready for the question? If no one rises to claim the floor, the chair proceeds to take the vote. The chair says the question is on the adoption of the motion. As many as are in favor say A. Pause for response. Those opposed say no. Pause for response. Those abstain, please say A. So the chair announces the result of the vote. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and or the nays have it and the motion fails. When debating your motions, listen to the other side. Focus on issues, not personalities. Avoid questioning motives. Be polite. So, when we put motions to the floor, we have to be polite. We have to, we have to vote on it to see if it's gonna pass. If it doesn't pass, it's okay. Tom, you have a question? Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have a question about these executive board members. Are they allowed to make motions at the membership meeting, or are they have to do that at the executive board meeting? And how many times can they make a motion in a day? Because I'm pretty sure 241 keeps them there for several meetings throughout the day, such as Mr. Gatewood and that.
In my experience, when I go to the meeting, I used to attend the 7 o'clock meeting. And I never saw Mr. Gatewood at the 7 o'clock meeting. He might be at the 10, the 4. I mean, it's supposed to be a 10, a 2, and a 4, and a 7. But we know that they attend the 10 o'clock meeting because that's the only one they have to have. And we know our membership is not where it's needed to be. So most of those meetings are, canceled for lack of quorum. So we want to focus on getting many members to the meetings. So we can say this. I personally I don't know. I didn't read that anywhere. And that is a great question. Is the executive board should be able to vote or even put motions to the floor, knowing that they already have their own meeting. So that is a great question. I'm going to keep continuing to look for that answer. But as of now, I haven't found it. Does anyone else know anything about it?
I asked that because I've gone a couple of years ago, and he would be there for 2 meetings, putting motions on the floors and everything. So I'm wondering, is that even legal?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, and I've yet to find that answer.
Because we know these people are coming on union time when they're supposed to be at the garages.
We definitely know that. I brought that up in several meetings about them coming. Why are they here? And the members supposed to be the most important thing, and they're not representing the members. And anytime we have a union meeting, it's the first Tuesday every month. That is a union day. And I asked the question of why are all these executive board members and stewards at the meetings, and Keith threw him under the bus right in front of him. He said they can attend any meeting they want. I said, despite representing members on a union day, he said, well, that's left up to them. And I said, I don't think that's right. Then some of them stopped showing up, some of them still do, but I call them out every meeting. So yeah, let's look around, because I've been looking, and actually I want to be honest, when I started reading Robert's Rule, I got the dummies book. So I'm gonna purchase the Robert Rule book to see if it has anything in there that says who can vote and who can't vote. So I'm gonna look into that, and I hope
because all of these officer reports are read at the executive board meeting, and they are accepted by the executive board to present to the membership.
Right. So in my opinion, I don't think they should have a vote if they already voted.
So they can vote twice, is what I'm saying.
Right. Well, I don't think they should be able to. I think they should only be able to vote once. And if they accept the officer's report in their meeting, it's really no need for them to be accepting it again in our meeting, or call motions to end our meeting, or anything, or move on, strike, whatever. They shouldn't be allowed to do it. So
and to be honest, every executive board and steward is supposed to submit a report every month to be paid.
Oh, yeah, you know, I called him on that too. I did call him on that. So I think, I don't know what they're doing, but, you know, I go over the financial secretary report every time I'm at the meeting and I find inconsistencies in it. So I don't know why they even accepted their reports anyway, or any of the officers' report is like not good. You know, it's always something in there that's not right, and the executive board does accept it. So yeah, we just got to pay attention. That's the importance of having members at the meeting so that everybody can see this, and it's just not, you know, me, you, or somebody, or even at 308 meetings. Everybody needs to be paying attention on the same accord. So yeah, I agree with that. We're gonna look at more into that though, Tom. And so I had Tamika's hand up. Tamika, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
This is my first meeting attending, and yes, that is a great point, because at the last meeting, Nicole, you and Andre witnessed this as well, where Gatewood did put a lot of motion.
Yeah, he even put emotions to end. Tamika, you muted yourself again. Can you unmute yourself?
Oh, okay, there we go.
There you go.
So he would put the motions to end, even with the reading of the report. And it was like, wait a minute, can I get a chance to read over it first? And then the executive board, of course, was there to pretty much second it. So it's like that was their meeting. They controlled the meeting. And I think that's unfair.
It is unfair. And that's again why we have to push for, you know, more members so we can overrule them. You know, I told them, your agenda is to have the executive board and the stewards here to overrule the members, but you know, this is the members meeting. You guys can't do that. We need you guys to let us have our meeting. Andre also always let them know, this is our meeting. And we're gonna start enforcing that more. When we start getting more members, we're gonna take control of this meeting like it's nothing better. And we're gonna run our own union. That's the goal, I believe. That was good, Tamika. Okay, Andre, unmute yourself.
Well, what we can do is what we have been doing, Nicole. You have done it a couple of times. We can point these board members out. We can use a personal privilege just to make the statement about it, and then they can make a decision if they want to have these members down their throat on a regular basis. Because when you did make that point about the executive boards being there, and you said they should be at the garage representing the members, the next month, those ones, they didn't show up. They was at the, because they don't want to be called out. So because it's our meeting, we need to make point of personal privilege about how things that we would like to take place. So we can use it as a courtesy and let them know this is what we want out of you, because it is our meeting. We don't go in their meeting running nothing, controlling nothing. So we're gonna make this statement. We can't make them do anything, but we're the membership. They're there to serve us. And if they want to just not serve us, then that's on them. But we're gonna ask them to serve us and respect us and let us have our meeting. And because you pointed that out, and when that get pointed out, and now we just need to start pointing out T.I. and Gatewood some of the things he's doing, and I believe he will stop.
Yeah, because I agree, because as soon as you point them out, they don't come back. I mean, I singled out a couple of them, didn't even say their name. I said, I find it, you know, that why is all these executive board and everybody here? Shouldn't they be taking care of members? Because again, the meeting is on the first Tuesday. Tuesday is a union day. So they should be representing the members. And they are getting paid. If they're not on their run, if there's an executive board and it's their day or it's not their day, and they come to the meeting, Keith Hill is paying them. So that's our money he's paying them with. So they're double dipping again. So they always want to accuse others of stealing, but it's themselves. And I bring it to the meeting attention, and I hope everybody else will start as well, because that's a true fact. Okay, let's have Keith. Brother Keith, unmute yourself.
All right, Keith Collins, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, panel, I just want to let y'all know. Y'all said some great things as far as meetings. This is a mass membership meeting. The members control the meeting. The chair is the only one who decides if there's a vote. As far as a vote needs to break a tie, he's there for that. Other than that, everything under those Robert Rules of Order belongs to the membership. The membership makes the call, the membership makes the motions, the membership ends the meeting. So we have to be conscious of that. We have to keep our Robert Rules, as far as our written Robert Rules, handy with us so we can use them at our own discretion. And the discretion is that, like Andre said, we can't go into their meeting and chair their meeting as a member. So just like that, in our mass membership meeting, we have to have the control of the meeting, and the chair does his job as you read it at the beginning of this meeting, and then we can just move forward from that. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Keith. But Keith, I have a question for you. I think the question was, are the executive board members and the stewards allowed, we were trying to come to that term, are they allowed to vote in our meetings? So would you say that's a no?
No, you answered that question. They're supposed to be at the garage representing the members. That's what
Right,
they're
so they
supposed to
should
do.
be.
They get paid for that.
Are
You
you
know.
familiar with anything in Robert Rules that can support that other than just the way we discussed?
That's just my conscious answer at the moment, but I will search it out. But I'm pretty sure I will find something that states that, elected union officials or paid elected union officials are basically null and void at mass membership meetings except for the chair. And that's whoever's chairing the meeting, whether the president or the vice president, secretary, or even if they appoint one of the executive board members to chair the meeting.
Okay.
But that's their only job and position. That's it. Thank you.
That's what I thought, and thank you for that. Okay, let's have Tom. Tom, you were next, and I see you other hands. I'm gonna go in order. So Tom, go ahead and unmute yourself. Tom. Let's see, Tom. Tom.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, hello.
To backtrack off of what Keith Collins is saying, I do believe they have to show up to one meeting to get paid their phone bill. I think that's in the bylaws.
So,
but the stewards, now they don't vote at these executive board meetings.
well, Tom, I don't mean to interrupt. So you're saying that it's a must for executive board member to submit his phone bill at the mass membership meeting?
Yeah, I
No.
believe they have to attend in order to be reimbursed for
So they
the
have to
amount.
attend, to clarify, they have to attend the mass membership meeting to get reimbursed for their phone bills. Because I'm just asking, because they have an executive board member, why couldn't they submit, their bill there?
Well, I believe the bylaws state they have to attend one of the meetings in order to get reimbursed.
Is there anything in the bylaws that say they have to attend a charter meeting? Because
No, they should all be attending at 7 o'clock if you ask me, because they should be at the property.
I'm looking at the bylaws right now.
Okay, well, we're
And another thing I noticed is going on there, the retirees vote also, which they're not allowed to.
oh yeah, retirees are not allowed to vote. And okay, that's great. Okay, let's have Dante unmute yourself, and then we're gonna get something about compensation in the bylaw, and we're gonna pull it up on the screen for reimbursement.
Yeah, so I don't think who is allowed to vote is going to be something under Robert's rules. I think that's going to be something in the bylaws for your union. It's going to vary organization to organization.
Okay, so guys, we pulled up on the screen our bylaws for reimbursement. And give me 1 second. Read what it says. Just no time at the union authorized reimbursement for lost pay, meals, travel. No, by the members, no expense for reimbursement shall be made without approval of the membership. I think that's what we're looking at. So let's pull it up. Okay, so we got section 25, membership, eligibility, dues, and fees and assessment. In order to be a member in good standing with the local, the candidate must fill out an application for local union membership and submit an initiation fee of $100 plus the amount for the current month dues. Is this, I'm thinking. Can you
What
see it on the
this is
screen?
Brother Eric here. I'm trying to bring it up and it's highlighted. Sorry.
Okay.
Whatever's highlighted in yellow. Here you go. So what is this? This would be section 24, subparagraph H I J K L M.
Well, it's a lot, guys. So
So maybe read it when y'all get a chance at home.
right, but can y'all, you see it, Eric has it on the screen for us. So it's that was section 24, and we had H on down to K, I. So we can cover that and then come up to see if we thought they were correct in that. Okay.
I do believe I found it, Nicole.
Okay.
So in the bylaws, it's on page
32.
and 13.
Oh, you said 13?
Yeah, 12 and 13. It's under J. Yeah, J and K.
Okay, just give us 1 minute. We're gonna pull it
No
up.
problem.
What section is that, Cole?
It's under the executive board meetings.
Okay.
Section 9. And then you said subsection J.
Yes, that's correct.
There you go.
Okay. So we have it. You want to read it
That it?
first? Let us see it.
Is that it, Cole?
Yeah, I'll read it. Let's see. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, give us what it's
All right, so what it says is all full-time officers shall attend all executive board meetings and all 4 sessions of each monthly membership and special membership meeting of the local union. Failure to attend without written approval of the president/business agent shall automatically result in the forfeiture of the equivalent of the full-time executive board members' days' pay, and in addition shall be sufficient cause for additional action to be taken by the officers and executive board. That's J.
Okay.
K is all part-time executive board members shall attend all executive board meetings and at least one of the 4 sessions of the monthly membership meetings and special membership meetings. Failure to attend without written approval of the president/business agent shall automatically result in the forfeiture of part-time executive board members' monthly allowance, and in addition shall be sufficient cause for additional action to be taken by the officers and the executive board.
Okay.
Now there's also, and then also L, it's also pertaining to this. It says any officer or executive board member who arrives late for the start of any executive board or membership meeting and or leaves early shall not receive pay for that portion of the meeting for which he or she is not present. The executive board minutes shall reflect the names of the executive board members who arrive late or leave early.
Yeah, but that's good, but it doesn't say that they have to attend a charter meeting. It said one of the 4.
Just one of the 4, that's it.
Right, and it
And they
should be
shouldn't be showing up when they should be at the garages.
representing
That's
the
just
member.
not right.
That's just not right. Exactly. And I do see, I'm not going to stay here too long, but Andre is really going to like this section 10 meetings of the membership because they're taking one of our meetings, the 2 o'clock meeting, and they claim it's for COVID. And I'm going to call Brother Andre he has his hand up. Unmute yourself, Andre.
Okay. Well, there's no reason to cancel a 2 o'clock meeting. The membership didn't give him approval. And when I brought it up all this time, nobody really brought up the question about the 2 o'clock meeting. When I did brought the 2 o'clock meeting up to him, the chair, the president, he said, well, we need the 2 o'clock meeting to clean a facility, for COVID. Okay, the wardens, he said the wardens are the ones that clean the facility. And that's not true. They're not technical people. They're not, and got no certificate in cleaning. And there is no cleaning taking place. you know, so he just canceled the 2 o'clock meeting because he just lazy, and they all lazy, and they don't want to have 4 meetings. So that just take away one of our meetings, and nobody gave him the approval to do that, but the executive board. The membership didn't give him the approval to do that. And all the meetings since I've been there at the charter meeting at 10 o'clock, they normally over by noon. So he had 2 hours or at least 2 hours if he want to spray some Lysol on some chairs, because he said they move chairs and wipe the chairs down. They don't do none of that. The big lie.
Well, it doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long to do that anyway. But I got something from the bylaws for executive board member duties here on the screen. So it says prepared and approved by the local and as required by, wait a minute, we didn't get off of it. Oh,
Hey,
well,
sorry, that was me. I was bringing up the local 308. This is local
Okay.
308 and this is local 241.
okay.
Okay, sorry about that. Go
That's
ahead.
okay.
This is 241 right here, and then 308 is on the section 15 for those in 308. But you're
Okay.
reading 241. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so office of the executive board, all part-time executive board members shall attend executive board meetings and at least one of the 4 sessions. I think Cole just read this. Meeting and membership fees, failure to attend. Yeah, Cole just read this. So let's flip over to the 308 side, Eric. He read the 241. Okay, so this is for 241. It's section 15. The executive board shall supervise and direct the management of the local.
Sorry, this is 308. 308.
Oh, okay. 308. This is for the 308 members. The executive board shall supervise and direct the management of the local and approve all bills. The president, business agents, together with the first vice president, second vice president, and the executive board shall constitute the grievance committee and shall investigate and handle all disputes and controversies between the members of the local and the employer. The president, business agent, the first or second vice president, executive board member of the respective section affected by a grievance shall attempt to resolve any dispute or controversy unless otherwise ordered by the local. Should they fail in their negotiation, the case will be brought before the executive board, who will then make a recommendation to the local membership. B, each executive board member shall give a report to the local. Tom said that, but this says it for 308. It didn't say that for 241. And I guess they different a little bit.
They are different. They are different, very different.
So we gotta remember that. So it's important to have both unions in these meetings so we can differentiate so we can separate the two, because 308 has their own section and we have our own, and they're totally different from what I'm seeing here. So let's go back to see. It shall be the duty of the executive board members to keep the local membership informed of current issues within his or her section and the local, and ensure that the local membership fully abide by the terms and conditions of the contract. Each executive board member shall have a prescribed number of information interview days per month to fulfill these duties. The information interviews allowed for each section shall be. Now, can you guys see this on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the duties of the executive, and then they have an assistant executive board member duties. So this is important to kind of look at these. I think it's section 15 and 16 for 308, because it's totally different from 241. You got
the stewards in 308 is like it's a volunteer position, and it's like a as needed position. Like if we call them, you know, we can bring one to do something. It's like the president may need them, or the members can just call them up. Like Eric right now, he's a steward, and the president don't call him for nothing to do any work, but members may call him, and he'll just do the work for them. So he don't get paid. So unlike our union reps and stewards, they get paid.
So is there any reason why they don't get paid? Are we just
because that's just the way their bylaws are set up?
I mean, I see that the bylaws said, because you know we always talk about changing bylaws, so I think that should be changed, because we need 308, and I mean, just as being a member of 241, we need more representation for our members. Anybody?
Well, I think it's a ratio thing.
Here's I just put it on screen for y'all.
Okay, so we have it on the screen here.
That's 308. That's how the stewards. So stewards are supposed to be recommended by executive board members, and I suppose executive board can recommend based on anything. They could go to the shops and the terminals and have a little election, and then the membership has to approve who they recommended, at the membership meeting. But the way Dixon and Franklin and everyone before them do it is they just decide to have a class and they call who they like and they prefer.
Right,
And
right.
they
at will.
make them stewards.
Right. So let me ask this. So we have some 308 members on the call besides Eric. What are y'all think about the way this is handled? Anybody? Janice? Willette? Nobody? Okay, well, I think that should be changed.
Nicole, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you, Willette.
Okay, you know, my phone messes up a lot. I can't see what you all have on the board. I can't see any of that.
Oh, well, we're
But,
talking.
no,
Who is,
that's my phone. It's not you guys.
oh, that's
But
you.
the thing is,
I think.
I definitely disagree with 308 reps not getting paid because this stops some of them from doing anything. And that's why some of the members does not have representation. They come and ask me, and I'm not a rep. They come and ask Jan, she's not a rep.
Right.
Because they can't, and when they call someone else, why should they call if they're not going to get paid? And they should get paid because they are doing their duty. But the thing is, we allow this to happen. And that's one of the reasons I recommended the Robert Rules of Order, because they haphazardly do any and everything. And they've been getting away with it for years, so they continue. It's like a popularity. You know, they know each other, they get it, they fine. After that, everything goes haywire. They do not care. And we have to do what we need to do as far as getting things together so we can have it so tight that they cannot come in and we give it to them on a silver platter when they want to quit a meeting because they don't want to ask a question. They don't want to give any concern. Okay, meeting closed. No, they need to motion that. And I said that when we had similar things to happen. But people, if you don't know the Robert Rules of Order, see, this is not my first, rodeo.
Right.
With CTA, yes, but I've been in many unions. This is the weakest union I have ever
Absolutely
been involved with.
And we wanted the 308 and 241 is like the biggest unions in Illinois. So I can agree with that. We are the weakest. But this is something this is one reason I think that more members should start attending the meetings because, as members, you all can change this. And I think that this is an important thing, not like, who am I? I'm just a member of 241, but I am a member, so I have a voice. I think this is something that needs to be looked into by you all because Eric does a great job with informing. I don't know any other stewards, but Eric does a great job all the way around the board. And I think he deserves to be banned, but I think that you all should be allowed to pick representation as well when dealing with the employer. So let's hear what Janice has to say.
I just want to make a quick comment, Nicole. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
information is life. If you don't have information, you die.
Right.
And that's what we're doing. We're dying. So many of us don't have this information, don't know what it is, especially the new people who are coming in. They have no clue whatsoever. I had a young man come to me the other day and I was explaining to him his rights and all of that. He had no clue, none whatsoever. So the information has to get out to the people so they have knowledge so that we can fight. That's all I had to say. We got to get the information to the people.
Well, again, yeah, I agree, Janice. We have to get the knowledge to the people. And again, I find that to get the knowledge to the people is trying to get people to these meetings. It is so important. But again, we have to change those bylaws for you guys. And you know what they changed those bylaws at?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, we got Andre. I see your hand.
Okay, good. Far as a lot of with the stewards, he said something in the meeting. He said when both our reps was at the meeting, Clarence Covington and Roger Love was both at the 10 o'clock meeting. You made a nice debate about it. And Keith stated to you, well, I paid him. I told him I wanted him here at this 10 o'clock meeting. Okay, it's up to the members to police the meeting. Now, it's to police our meeting and police them because he cannot, I don't know what he paid him for, but far as to attend the meeting, the president can't pay the union reps, the steward or the executive board, he can't give them a paid day to attend the meeting. Now, if it's his,
Yeah, 'cause they can
if it's his
attend-
union
they
day
can
and he's
attend.
on union business that day, and then after he do his union business or he move his union business around, like Roger Love stated, because he can attend the meeting if that's what he want to do. But they can, it shouldn't be two of them at one meeting, at no way.
Be one of them at the charter meeting when that's the time that the members are getting having
Getting service.
He wanna push it back. So I don't agree with that. I think they should come to a meeting after all the business is taken care of.
Right.
They should come to the
And
meeting.
that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do, Nicole.
Well, you know, we're bringing that to attention, and hopefully we can get more people at the 308. I think more people coming to the 308 meetings. I wish that they would allow
Because we
us
can't
to-
question it, but it's our meeting. So
Right.
when we see
So we
something,
run it.
it's our responsibility to call out the tech, to make, to either get them to correct it in front of us and say, Keith had to give you a quick answer. But he gave you one because you're the member at the meeting. But that answer was flawed. And we have to recognize when things are not going the way it should be going at our meeting, because this is our meeting. So we've got to be more proactive and get our understandings in, just like Janice said. The young man didn't know nothing. And understand, everybody, if you want to control a group, it's a large group of us, 10,000 when you include 308 and 241 members. And the way to control is keep them ignorant. If you don't teach them nothing, they're not going to ever be able to control anything, because 20 people can control this whole 10,000 member union. 20 people with knowledge.
Okay. Well, we need
to just work on
as a
group, as members, to get knowledge.
Okay, I want you guys to look at the screen. We have something about, just read it. It's a letter from the National Labor Board. It's Anheuser-Busch Inc. versus National Labor Relations Board. It's a good article. So while we're talking, because I got Tom here.
I just put that up there, sister, not to try to take you off your agenda, just that you said that we should be able to choose which representatives we have. So this is the law. This is a decision that was made. That means, like, if there's a representative that you don't want, but they say, well, you have to take him because he's off or she's your elected representative, it's an unfair labor practice for you to have to take them. If there's another one that you want, it is your right. So that's the only reason why I put that up there. Otherwise, please, continue.
That's great. Okay, Tom, I see your hand. Unmute yourself.
Now you go ahead. It was a mistake.
Oh, it was a mistake. Okay, so we got that. So we're back to our Robert's Rules. That was a great discussion, guys, by the way. That was really good. We, I guess we all we're concerned about the way they handling these meetings. This Robert Rules is going to take, good turn to us in this meeting. So we're back. So we read when debating your motions, which we just did. We listen to the other side, focus on issues, not personalities, avoid questioning motives, be polite. I think we just handled not a motion, but part of the union meeting. We listened to each other. We was respectful. We focused on issues. Not that we didn't like the presidents, which we don't, but avoid questioning motives and be polite. So yeah, that's good. So let's see where we go with the motion. So that's putting the motion up. That's and so I guess we go how to accomplish what we want to do in meetings will be next. Is everybody okay with motions? Does anybody have anything they want to say about that part of the motion? Are we good? I'm gonna assume we are. Got nobody.
Excuse me. I think I accidentally lowered Janice's hand.
Oh, okay. Janice, did you want something? Did you want to speak?
Oh, no, I didn't want to speak. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna move on with this motion. So we're how to accomplish what you want to do in meetings. Main motion. You want to propose a new idea or action for the group. After recognition, make a main motion. Member, Madam Chairman, I move that, whatever it is. Amending the motion, you want to change some of the wording that is being discussed. After recognition, Madam Chairman, I move that the motion be amended by adding the following words. After recognition, Madam Chairman, I move the motion be amended by striking out the following words. So we can do a lot, by just reading this, and then if the motion is referred to a committee, you feel that an idea or proposal being discussed needs more study and investigation after recognition. Madam Chairman, I move that the question be referred to a committee made up of members Smith, Jones, and Brown. What do you guys think about that part of the motion? It's okay, okay. So postpone, definitely. You want the membership to have more time to consider the question under discussion, and you want to propose it to definite time or day and have it come up further consideration. Brother Keith, did you want to say something? Okay, I think
Yes. So with those motions, changing language in the motions, this all comes with, if we're going to rehab our bylaws for local 241-308, as far as language change, as far as sections in our bylaws. And also, we can do that also for the ATU International Constitution and General Laws as well. I don't know if anybody knew that, but we can also make changes to the ATU Constitution. So we have a big window that we haven't used as a membership, and we need to just walk on into that and make things happen for the future here for our two locals. Thank you.
Yes, I like to second that, because I guess that's the point why we're kind of here today, to see what we can do with using the Robert Rules of Order. This is going to help us grow. Not that we all know everything or we think we know more than our current administration. I just think that it's going to help us. It's going to help us grow, in our meetings and take control of our meetings. So let's move on and let's see where we at. Let's go down a little. Eric, can you take me down again? Because I think we were like at, let's go to number 4. Because we were 3 or 5. Let's go to 4. Okay, so this doesn't look good. Okay, postpone it definitely. I think if you want to kill a motion. Okay, so postpone indefinitely a motion. If you want to kill a motion that is being discussed after recognition, Madam Moderator, I move to postpone the question indefinitely. Postpone indefinitely, you are against the motion just proposed and want to learn who is for and who is against the motion. After recognition, Madam President, I move to postpone the motion indefinitely. Recess, you want to take a break for a while. After recognition, Madam Moderator, I move to recess for 10 minutes. And adjournment, you want the meeting to end after recognition. So this is the way that you go through the motions and you end it. But in our local meetings, a member never, well, from the meetings I've been to, never ended. It's always an executive board member. We kind of want to get out of that because, again, the mass membership meeting is our meeting. The mass meeting is our meeting, and we control our meeting. So that means we start our meeting, and we should be ending our meeting. It should not be an executive board member from either locals in our meeting. Keith, you have something?
Yeah, so in the past, Nicole, in mass membership meetings, we've had the administrations, prop their cliques to put motions on the floor to end a meeting. And that was wrong because in the past we was all learning what we need to do in order to get us to where we are today. So we need to bring that to the forefront when those things happen as well, as far as controlling the meeting and not allowing the administration, the union administration, to put motions on the floor to end the meeting.
Yeah, well, we're trying to bring that to light. We were discussing that at the last union meeting, that we're not gonna let them adjourn our meetings anymore. They did it at our last meeting, at our December, at our January meeting, they did that. Tion
Okay,
ended our meeting and we said that was not gonna happen anymore. We're gonna stand up and say, no, that's not happening. He don't adjourn our meeting. We adjourn our own meeting. That's the way it's
absolutely.
written, and that's what we discussed in the bylaws. So yeah, you're right, Keith. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. Andre, you have something?
Yeah, I just want to piggyback off Keith's statement. Yes, they been, and in your statement, Nicole, since I've been there, you know, you have executive boards that do end meetings. I rarely see, since under Keith, I never seen a member that motion to end the meeting. And basically, since I've been there, it's always been Tion Gatewood, the executive board for the supervision that does this. And we just have to stand up, as Keith said, this is our meeting. Keith Collins said, this is our meeting. And we just have to take control of the meeting, and we have to make the statements. And to Brother Tion Gatewood, the supervisor executive board, to stop doing this to us. You know, we just want to have a meeting. We ain't trying to fight and fuss. If you want to be able to debate the president, he always saved Keith from a debate. And that's really unfair.
He does.
So we as members,
and
this little small group right here that's going to be attending, we're going to have to tighten the game up and be on these people. We're going to police our meeting, and the people that's not on this line, we have to let them know the meeting is important. Robert rules, knowing it is important. This is how we're going to get where we need to get, because we actually stuck in the mud. We've been stuck in the mud for decades, and it's been on purpose. This is the first uprising of members trying to come together to actually move the local, not just to control they candidate. You know, we need to just move the local in a different direction, because this constantly hurt us for decades, and the members need to understand that and just get involved.
Yeah, just to piggyback back what you said, Andre. Yeah, they capitalize on our ignorance, and when I mean our ignorance is not attending the meeting and not knowing how to conduct ourselves in the meeting. So it is important for these type of discussions that we are having right now. So that's correct. Okay, Cole, you go ahead.
Yeah, and what I was going to say was, you know what Gatewood's reward for backing up Keith is? He's an alternate on the retirement board.
Yeah.
So, you know,
disgusting.
they're looking out for each other.
Oh yeah,
So,
that is disgusting. They all disgusting.
Okay.
he's an alternate on the retirement board. So if one of the people don't show up on the board that particular meeting, he gets to stand in for them, and he'll get paid.
It's not like they do anything there. CTA runs those meetings, so I mean, I know what you're saying, but you know, our union is weak. Brother Keith, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's not a crime that the union president appoints his administration to the boards. I mean, that's actually labor law, and they can do that because they have their own board where they can appoint people, or their board can approve them appointing certain of their particular union members to those boards. So that's not a crime. But
it's not a crime.
I can see. No, listen. I can see where you said that's the reward, which is good. Yeah, that's good for them, and that gives Tion a lot of wings to fly with that, and that's the reason why he does what he does. But then there comes us, the membership. We're going to have to refute that, and we're going to have to stop that and bring the knowledge forefront. But yes, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
I'll just say, why is it Gatewood, right? Why did he choose Gatewood? You know, you're right. It's not a crime. But I believe that, you know, Gatewood backs up Keith, and Keith is backing up Gatewood. That's
right. You said it right. He's going to pick and chooses who's going to bag him up, and that is absolutely so. But we're going to change who's going to be backing up, because we're going to take control of who's bagging up what, and it's going to be some members. It's not going to be, you know, the people Keith think, you know, he should. Andre, you have something?
Yeah, I just like to make a statement to everybody's comment, Keith Collins' comment, Cole comment. What's happening here? Because I'm executive board, former executive board. what's happening here, it's about your guy. You know, your guy that's gonna be loyal to you, do the most for you. He gonna give him more assignments, and that's all it is. It's more assignments, and you can tell who's kissing the president's butt because you can look at the monthly payroll. They got their salaries on there. You got some executive boards making $11,000. And then you got some executive board like Tion making almost $40,000. $40,000 is a lot of money for an executive board. Clarence Covington, another one. He's up there like $37,000, $35,000. So this is why these people go to bat for Keith. You know, you could tell who Keith guys are, and the problem with this kind of environment that's being created, and it is created, these guys, they get voted in by the membership, and then they're not going to be loyal to the membership agenda. They're not going to be loyal to the membership best interest. They're going to be loyal to a president. Now I can see if we had a president that had the people's best interest, then these type of behaviors is okay because the president got the best interest, so you got the president's best interest. But in this instance, we got a president that don't have the membership best interest, and these elected executive boards and stewards and wardens. If you look at some of these warden salaries, they are off the chart. Or you got wardens making more money than a steward and an executive board. So what's going on with these wardens? So their loyalty is to Keith, not to the membership. And if Keith's membership was to
looking at that, Andre. But
yeah, I look at the, and that's
yeah,
gonna be
I'm
in
gonna I'm gonna start coming early and look at the books as well. But,
you don't have to even do early. You can just do whenever you feel like you want to. When you don't want to hit Woodrow's report because he ain't talking about shit. Tano ain't talking about nothing. You know,
Andre, you're getting a little bit out of order.
I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real, sister. I'm keeping it real. I don't want to sugarcoat nothing.
Okay.
All right. I'm just keeping it real.
We're gonna remove you from the meeting. I'm calling 911 right now, Mr. Todd.
Okay, well, no.
Right.
Okay, guys, look.
Those monthly payrolls are sitting up there for the membership, and I'm the only one who ever look at them. That's all I got to say.
You out of order.
All right, I'm dialing 911. I'm dialing 911 and the manager.
Can everybody see what we have on the screen? We're going to take Tamika's question, but while we're taking Tamika's question, everybody try to read what we have on the screen. I think it's a good topic. Sister Tamika, go ahead, please.
Okay, I have a question in regards to, well, I'm an instructor. Gatewood is the executive board for supervisors and instructors. So I'm wondering, why is he so active with the operators when Kedzie Garage now has a new elected executive board and steward? So it's like he's pretty much stepping on their toes. I think about the executive board for the clerks. They're not as active as Gatewood is. Why is that?
I can answer that. Can I answer that, Nicole?
Wait, Andre, wait, before you answer, are you going to stay in order? Because if you're not, I'm going to have to
stay in order.
911.
Well, you know, if I'm out of order, just mute me. But basically, Gatewood is the one who got the smooth tongue. He the one to shuck and jive these Negroes into doing what they need them to do. So you can't get somebody sloppy tongue. Gatewood is real vocal. He know how to shuck and jive people, and he's believable to these members, just like Roger Love, another one. So you get the ones that got the best conversation, and you get the ones that got the best conversation, who can shuck and jive these members the best, and then they're the ones who you use because you use them to go out to the membership. It's just that simple. Now, if they was about truth, it'd be different, but they're not. They're about BS in the membership, and the membership believe everything they say, and they protect the president. And the president don't have, in my opinion, don't have interest in serving the membership. That's just my opinion. That's what I see.
Mr. Thompson, that's the police knocking at your door. Please open.
Open up, Andre. Okay, let's.
I thought the managers came and got me already.
Andre,
what y'all want?
Answer the door. You're going to jail. Tom,
right.
yeah.
Y'all don't be wanting the truth, do y'all?
Andre. Tom, go ahead.
But that's good. But was
that was good stuff, Andre? But it's not your turn. I'm gonna mute you.
I never did yield the floor.
I'm gonna mute you.
I'm speaking to the chair now.
Answer the door. Someone's at your door.
Nicole.
Yes, sir.
Was that explanation
It was very-
I'll put it like this. Do anybody have a rebuttal to that explanation I gave to why
I think
certain
it was
board members?
great. I think it was great, but some of your language could have been a little bit.
It's okay.
A
I'm
little
feeling
less
good. I'm gonna get
colorful,
out.
right?
I'm gonna get out of time. My tongue ain't gonna be sweet all the time.
Do you want
Cole, take over for me. Cole, take over for me, brother.
Do you want to yield back, Andre?
I want to yield. I want to yield the flow. I would
you,
like
sir.
a rebuttal.
You want to yield your time to Tom because he's got his hand up patient.
Tom is a nice guy. Yes, Tom. Tell it to him nice.
Say,
Tell
I'm
it
gonna
to him
yield my
nice,
time to Tom.
Tom, unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Unmute yourself, Andre, because you yield your time to Tom. Hey, Tom, there you go.
I wanted to say something about these salaries.
Mm-hmm.
They're not reporting these salaries to us, or they're not reporting them to the LM2s. So
They're not on the LM2 Tom, but they're reporting them. You know, they have a book at the union office, and every time you go to the meeting, they put the book out.
Those salaries are supposed to be listed on the profit and loss statements.
Oh yeah, well, Tom, you know what the profit and loss statement is. A joke. That is a joke.
You ain't never lied.
I went up and looked at that book a couple of times, and they.
Tom, unmute yourself. Tom.
Hello?
Yeah, you keep muting yourself.
No, they watch you like a hound dog when you go.
They do.
And we made a motion a couple of years ago for them to put that in the profit and loss. It never got in there.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna put it.
I want to know what steps can be taken to report them for that shit.
Tom.
Your language, Tom.
Would you like to yield back to the chair? Because I don't want you to yield it back to Andre.
Okay,
Hey,
I'm making a.
Andre can cuss, so can I.
Okay.
No, it's okay. You can cuss. I'm calling the police and the manager on you too.
Thank you. Tom, are you done? Would you like to yield back, or you have something else to say?
I'm done.
Okay, now mute yourself and think about that last word you used. Keith, go ahead.
Thank you. Now, I want to make a correction to Tom Colangelo. The salaries are reported on the profit and loss, but they are bundled together. And when you bundle them together, you cannot distinguish how much who's getting paid.
Yep, that's
they
right.
do report them, but they bundle them together. So what we need to do is get some language and get a motion on the floor. And the motion should be specifically, or it should state specifically that we want to separate the salaries by name. What they're getting paid per month or week or however we want to do it, but we got to be specific in our written motion that we can that we can submit to the union, because we have to start writing this stuff down, people. We got to start writing it. And if you want to be a little more technical, we probably going to need to get them notarized so it can be legit.
That's right. Carbon paper, actually. Just use carbon paper so we have a copy of it.
I just wanted to say, make that correction.
We've got bus operators.
The salaries are reported.
Guys, you are out of time.
You're talking over each other.
You're out of order. We have Keith.
Tom, I didn't yield yet, Tom. I didn't yield. I just wanted to make that correction. The salaries, again, are reported, but they are bundled together. I yield. Thank you.
Okay, so I think it was Cole had your hand up, or?
Yeah. I'm just going to piggyback on what Keith said. Yes, I think the motion should be written down. And in fact, I think it should be written down on carbon paper so we have a copy ourselves of what we give to the chair, or, because they're going to play with the language, right? I put nothing past these people at this point. So I just want to protect ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think I also will go a step further, and I will email it to them before, then I will present it with them. Because, there's some real crooks. They'll say they never got it. Even though we have a copy, they say, well, who you give it to? And, no one's but us gonna be at the meeting. So I like that idea, Cole. I do. Tom, did you have something?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I made a motion at a meeting a couple of years ago for them to list every individual collecting a check, because there's bus operators making $50,000-$60,000 off
From
of
the
our
union.
money,
Yes, it
Mhm.
is.
and they're
Yes, it
buying
is.
houses and whatnot on the payroll with us, and they don't come to 74th Street Garage to go to work.
Yeah, I feel you, Tom, but you know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna make a note and I'm gonna put that in because I've been watching that profit and loss, and I'm gonna call her out this month on it because it's so incorrect. There's no logic to it.
And can I say something else?
Yes, you can, sir.
They are leaving people off the LM2 reports.
Well, you know, if they're leaving people off the LM2, we can report that to the Office of Labor Management Services because they are supposed to report everything. And if we can find proof and show it to them, they'll audit them themselves.
Because when I worked as an election commissioner for the election last couple of years ago, I was listed on the LM2 report for $500.
Mhm.
Okay, under Tommy Sams.
Right.
Now Keith is in there, got people making 50, 60 grand that's not even listed on the report. He's just listing the elected people.
Well, I'm gonna make a statement when Toy presents her report, you know, in February, and I'm gonna tell her I don't know what kind of accounting she doing. I asked her if she have a bookkeeper. She said no. I'm gonna ask that question again because a bookkeeper will help her. They do it purposely because no one has been paying attention, but now we're starting to pay attention, so we're gonna try to bring that to light as well. Would you like to yield your time back, Tom? You got anything else?
No, that's all I'm saying. There's no transparency here. And I think, let me don't say this while they're recording.
Okay, would you like us to mute the recording, Tom? Tom?
He muted himself.
Okay, well, Andre, we're gonna go ahead with you.
Okay, I'm not gonna embrace Tom's statement 100% because the LM2s, it's kind of hard for them to get around them LM2s. It's like, this is how it goes. $4 million go out and they have to justify the $4 million. Now, what does happen is they're not detailing it. So everything is kind of like a vague statement. You don't have details, so you can get away with a lot of things in the detail, but they have to go to the penny and what went out and what went in. So they had to come up with scenarios. We paid the lawyers $300,000. We paid another lawyers $100,000, and so on and so on. As long as it add up to $4 million or whatever they collected, and whatever they collected is stated on the LM2. And then you look at what's collected, and then it just kind of minus all the way down to what was collected, and it's just not really detailed. So I'm not going to embrace Tom's statement 100%. It's kind of hard to hide giving somebody $50,000 other than through a bill. You know what I'm saying?
Andre, I kind of disagree because when I look at their profit and loss statement, what they do is they like pad it to make it seem like they did, but we have to start questioning that. So, not to say I agree with both of you guys 100%. I like both of you guys' statements, but if you look at it and you try to balance it out, you know, one thing I found to Toy's profit and loss is that she has a lot of cash transactions. So with cash transactions, there's track them. So I'm gonna question her on that. They padded like the one instance that she paid the copier late. Not only did she pay him late, after further looking into it, she paid him twice. That's an easy way of stealing $5,000.
Yeah, but it's a statement through billing. It's billing.
Yeah, it's a statement through billing, but
to hide it.
It's happening when in her report every month she said all the bills are paid on time. So you go, excuse me, you can go back and reflect that you didn't pay that, or did you pay it? We didn't go back to December to look to compare it. Did you pay it? And you paid it twice. So we have to really look into it as members. So
well, another thing we have to clear up as members, Toy she do not give financial statements. The profit and loss is not a financial report. She just give you a report and it's all letters and alphabets. It's not numbers. So her report is not, as far as the wealth and financial health of the local, it's not being reflected at all. So this is what I will say, and I will stand behind the statement. They are stealing the members' money through billing. They overbilling the members, and then that's how they're getting a lot of the members' money in their pocket. They just overbilling them because Tory loved to make the statement, all bills are paid. Well, yes, all bills are paid because I'm going to create some bills and I'm going to pay them bills. You understand what I'm saying? So we can create some overbilling, and that's how the members' money is being funneled to them. Far as I can see.
Okay.
And we need to correct, we need to get Cody to give us real financial report statement, because those statements that she give with the pictures and all the little letters and alphabets in them that she give, those are not financial reports. They try to put it off as a profit and loss as a financial report. A profit and loss is not a financial report. There's no need to vote on a profit loss. If profit loss is something you just give the members, and that's the end of it. You know, we shouldn't have to vote on it. That's not there's a bunch of numbers. So that's what they trick the members to make them think this is the money you all for the month. This is not true.
Okay, I'm gonna let Tom talk, but I think we got off our subject, so I'm gonna postpone consideration of this, if you guys don't mind.
Go ahead.
Just a little bit so we can get back to the Robert's Rule, but I'm gonna let Tom have his questions, and then I'm gonna just ask that we, kind of get back to Robert's Rule, some more Robert's Rule, because I know we can't cover the whole thing, but I just wanted to talk about a few more topics and see if you guys want to talk about something. So I'm gonna have Tom, and then we're gonna try to get back to Robert's Rule. Is everybody okay with that?
That's your tech guy here. We are at an hour and a half right now.
Okay.
And the agenda, there are some things you wanted to get across
Right.
the agenda, so you might want to take your last hand and then make your points that you wanted to cover, or we can continue next meeting. It's up to you.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. Okay, Tom, let's have your question, then we're gonna go back, then we're gonna wrap up what we have so far. Okay.
Well, all I want to say is about the financial reports. You remember Keith Collins tried to get that done, and look what they did to him.
Yeah, but we got them back. We kind of tagged. Okay, so that's great. So we're gonna get back to Robert's. We're gonna wrap up Robert's Rule so far what we cover, and I think that in future meetings we're just gonna have to touch on like one subject and move on about Robert's Rule. We're gonna just keep learning and everything. So if you guys okay with that. So what we did cover is personal point of privilege. Everybody okay with that? Know how to use that according to Robert rules? Anybody want to talk about that? Tom, do you have your hand up? Or was that from last question? Go ahead, Keith.
So since you're calling out these particular sections in the Robert Rules of Order, just read what we need to do, in short or in summary, as far as personal point of privilege, and then we just move on to the next topic.
Okay, great. Well, why don't you elaborate on that for me? What do you think we should use personal point of interest for? Personal point.
Well, we can use that because when the meetings are in session and when red flags come up as far as what the officers are reading off, we can just jot in, interrupt it, and challenge the chair and have him to explain it to us. And then if he doesn't, then we can move that to the next meeting for new business in the next upcoming meeting, because we want to continue to talk about it. Because if we don't know, we don't know. And we need to keep rehearsing it, bringing it up until we get an answer or until they actually open the books in that regard. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask for a request of information. I think my screen went off. So that's good. So is there request for information, a point of information for, we continue this on the Roberts rule, but I just wanted, we didn't cover, we covered some things, but we have the cheat sheet for Robert rules on the website. You can access the link, everybody, because we're past our time. There's a few other things that I just wanted to touch base on before we end. I mean, this was a great discussion. It really was. It really was. So is everybody okay? You want to take a vote to just move on to request more information for Robert rules in our next meeting or future meetings? Is that okay? No?
Yeah, that's okay.
It's okay. Okay, good. Because this is a great discussion. So let's talk about the next meeting, and if anyone wants to volunteer to host. I had Tom say something about a meeting. Tom, would you like to host the next meeting?
Nicole, you haven't finished this whole complete meeting yet, so you gotta host the next meeting.
Well,
You gotta finish out.
Well,
You
here's
haven't
the
finished out your
thing.
meeting.
I asked for him to request for more information, and I did say that, and I mean, I don't mind.
You gotta finish your agenda.
Right,
For the next meeting.
that's true. But if anybody else have any other ideas, because we're gonna be talking about, I think that we should put a little something in every meeting about Robert's rules of order, because it's important to everyone to learn this. But we also provided the cheat sheet to help us as well. But again, is anyone else interested in hosting the next meeting? Maybe you.
Well, if anybody made a motion, I second the motion that Nicole Williams continue the meeting until.
No one made that motion, and you're out of order, Keith.
Yeah, because she hasn't finished. I think she's do the next meeting and with the continuation of this meeting that she hasn't finished, because we out of time, right?
Okay, we're out of time. So
Is that a motion, Andre Thompson?
Yeah, that's a motion. I motioned that Nicole
All
to
right,
finish
the
the
motion.
agenda for the next meeting that she continues today.
Great. Okay.
So I really don't want
Next
everybody back
meeting.
on the line.
Okay, motion accepted. You want to take a vote on it? Everybody's on the call. Want to take a vote, or should we just call it accepted?
I think we can just do a unanimous vote.
Yeah, so that means it's accepted, huh? Okay, so Sister Nicole will be hosting the next meeting. And do we want to have a date for the next meeting, guys? Should we do?
You said it when you can, babe.
Okay.
It's 2 weeks, because you got to be able to be here.
Okay, let me check my calendar. Y'all know how to check this. I live a lavish lifestyle. Let me check this calendar out. We just
sure do.
Yeah.
She lives a lavish lifestyle, y'all. We can't hold her up.
Oh yeah, let's see, 2 weeks from today.
We mess around and have Keith Collins do the meeting. He don't do nothing.
But
that's okay too.
That sounds good. I think we should bring it to, I second that motion. But okay. Keith, would you like to, Sister Nicole's gonna do the next meeting, and you volunteer to do the next one after this one, Keith?
Well, actually, Nicole, you're finishing up
Yeah, I'm finishing up my meeting. And
for the next time.
Wait a minute.
We'll say that motion for the next meeting.
We're gonna table that motion with Keith Collins.
Yeah, let's seriously, because this is an all volunteer effort, let's just do it 1 week at a time, okay?
Okay, all right. Okay, so we got that. Sister Nicole, continuation to the, okay, what else? Let me get, what else I have?
This is Tion Gatewood. I motion to end the meeting.
Andre, you're out of order. I just have a few more things that I just need to get by, and if not, it's okay. Just a few things out. Really quick. No, we'll, you know what? I motion to end the meeting, and we'll continue it because everything is volunteer here. And
due to time,
I motion to end this meeting and put in continuation for 2 weeks.
I second the motion.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So guys, it's always a pleasure. I like everybody. One last thing to wish Cole happy birthday. Today is his birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Nicole.
Oh, you're
happy
welcome.
birthday, Cole. Can I make a Nicole? Can I make a statement before everybody leaves?
We're in the meeting. You're out of order.
That's why I asked you. Can I make a statement?
Yes, Andre, go ahead.
I would like everybody that's on this meeting to spread the love to the members in the garage.
Yes, that is a good thing. Okay, so guys, I thank you for allowing me to attempt to hold this meeting. It went very well with the support of all y'all, and we're gonna adjourn the meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is your tech guy.
Tech guy, what I have to do?
Okay, help me out here. Don't just leave me. What's the date for the next meeting?
2 weeks. It's February 6th, I think.
All right, on 2/6. And did you want to discuss any of these last points?
I did, but I'm scared it's gonna go over our time. So I'm gonna try to put that in our next meeting, Eric.
Okay.
Can I make a statement before you hang up?
You can.
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Anybody want to make a statement? Yes.
Just one statement. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. What about the bowling event?
Yes, the
Oh,
bowling.
yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Those were some of the things that I was supposed to say, and that's why my tech guy's on me. So let me just elaborate on these just a little bit. So we are having our first bowling party, January 29th at Hillside Bowl, location 4545 Harrison. We have the link on the website, and yeah, we have that. I'm gonna go just this really quick because these are the things I want to touch base, and we'll please help distribute the latest newsletter. Volume 3, issue number 1 is out. Please do that. Then we have the Justice Coalition non-for-profit organization membership discussion to brainstorm. We need funds to pay for the website and all that. So everybody take a look at that. Labor Notes is sponsored by Eric and Tom. That's going to be great. Let's look into that. Then we need a plan of action at Local 241 and 308 meetings, which we should have we went over time. We should have talked about that. Then we RHCT lawsuit progress from Steve. We're gonna definitely get an update on that next meeting. I'm not gonna allow us to talk too much. Members, incentives, and member workplace discussion reports and questions. We need to just think about all that. But yes, everybody, we need everybody at the bowling party to have a good time and relax, more or less.
That's exactly right.
Anybody
We'll
have
see each
anything
other
else?
all next week.
Right. Anybody have anything else? Andre?
Just a motion for the next meeting that we have a timekeeper.
Oh, yes.
We got tech guy.
I'm glad
He the one kept us on point.
I want to hear all you guys' thoughts and everything, and try to get all this in. But yes, mostly we're gonna need a timekeeper, and that tech guy should be our timekeeper, I think.
Absolutely.
He did a good job. He kept us on point.
He did.
Tech guy, I was gonna fire you.
We'll keep,
you can keep you tech guy.
Okay, so anybody have anything
keep your
else?
mug off the screen. Anything. Tech guy.
Yeah. I'm calling the manager.
Yeah, out of order. Anybody have anything else?
I
Great
motion
meeting,
to
everybody.
adjourn the meeting.
I second that motion. It was a great meeting. Thanks for putting up with me in my long talks and having these people out of order. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And till 2 weeks from now.
You did a good
job, Nicole.
You did a good job,
Yes, you did.
Nicole.
Good job, Nicole. NFL kickoff.
Oh yeah.
10 minutes. Get my beer ready.
Okay, definitely.
Take care,
Everybody
Nicole.
have a good week and be safe.
You too.
All of
Thank
you.
you.
You too. Everybody take care.
All right, bye-bye.
care.
And a big thanks to Aaron.